The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on WildCard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Texans under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston Texans, and NRG Stadium. Tonight, the third of three on this Wild Card Sunday. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Playoff football has arrived. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, partner, best time of the year. It starts with Super Wild Card Weekend, 3 days, 6 games, and this matchup as good as any of them.
Yeah, and really, it's so funny, Mike. We watch these regular season games all year, and it just seems like there's no way the intensity and the competitive spirit could ever be higher. But there is just something different about playoff football in the NFL. You can feel it in the stadium. You can sense it down on the field in pregame. Both these teams have had this as their #1 goal all year. Make it to the playoffs. Everybody has a shot, and we're about to kick this thing off and get rolling.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Getting your team to the playoffs, Mike, that's a massive accomplishment for any quarterback. But if he wants to take them on a deep run, can he find the balance of playing mistake-free football while also maintaining that aggressive approach that has gotten them here in the first place? It's certainly not going to be easy. This place is going to be rocking, and their opponents, they have championship aspirations of their own. But as long as he doesn't let the moment get too big for him, his team's going to have a shot to move on to next week.
Whoa. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll give it to Harris again. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Another run here with Harris. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now it's Harris. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Medical staff going to take a look, see if he can continue here in this wild card round. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Now Russ. This one complete to Washington. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Cordero Patterson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Throwing is Wilson. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Third, oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Texans have it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I remember talking to him earlier this season, Mike, and he emphasized the importance of winning their division. That guarantees you host at least one playoff game. Well, that goal, that's been reached. Now, they have their sights set on something even bigger, but to accomplish that, they're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity right here in front of them. That starts by doing whatever it takes over these next couple hours to extend their season by one more week.
And he'll get this only to about the 20. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Stroud going to set up to throw. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Steelers offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 1st down, right back to Harris. We'll get this to about midfield. Tackle there by Will Anderson. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Harris. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Texans offense about ready to get going on their second possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that offensively, it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive. Your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
At the 44-yard line.
One quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC playoffs. 0-0 is the score. More from Houston coming up in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 12. Here we go. Stroud to throw. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And he will score. Take Dell. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And as this season starts to wind down, we look ahead to NFL honors the week of the Super Bowl. Take a look at some of the candidates to take home the award for the Offensive Player of the Year. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. give up the middle to Harris. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the 1st down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
And quickly out to Williams. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll go, and it's Harris. And he's going to have the Steelers' 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Now Wilson on first down. There's a short one caught by Fryermuth. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Wilson to throw. Now a screen set up for Harris. He's got room to roam. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone, because it's first and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. Now it's Wilson. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Steelers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. Stroud. That one caught by Tank Dell. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Here we go. Here's Stroud. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. George Pickens and the Steelers offense heading back onto the field. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with 1 first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs. Keep this drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Russ. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Play action. Now Wilson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. That's taken on this side of midfield. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Ivy Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. They'll spot this at their own 48, meaning this is a 62-yard attempt. That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And the score remains tied at 7. On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Wild Card Sunday. Again, one more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up an exhilarating 3 days of super Wild Card weekend. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Lad McConkey leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. One team advances, one team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC WildCard game. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Texans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
He'll work forward to the 40-yard line with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. On second down throw for Stroud. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, you talk about playing complementary team defense, Mike. Well, that is it in a nutshell. The coverage, do your job. Take away the easy pass lanes. Make the quarterback hold the ball for an extra count. That's all they needed to get that pass rush home, and it results in a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Stroud. We'll set up the screen here with Dell. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Texans getting all set to punt. Take it in, back at his own 12. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. On first down, it's Harris. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. On the ground, this is Harris. Threw him up the sideline at the 45. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 24 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Harris. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A give, and here comes Harris. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
On the give, it's Harris. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. Here's, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Third down, here's Wilson. He's got it inside the 5. He is in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Steelers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started.
His kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 14, Texans 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to get back at it. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Stroud. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, Hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On second down, Stroud. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. Back to the outside. He's got Diggs. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he is going to have a Texans first down. He'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And that's going to be a first down, a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. 1 quarter remains here in this AFC wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Mixon. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now, Stroud. The throw on the run is complete.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
All right.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's taken in, and this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a first down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. That is caught by the tight end, Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. First and 10. They run it over center with Harris. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now it's Wilson. Open man is Hopkins. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Now a screen set up for Harris. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
Goes without saying, this is a huge drive. This game is all tied up. 4th quarter, that's a huge 1st down pickup. Now they got to see if they can get some points off this possession.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now Wilson. This one complete to Washington. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take it back to the other side of midfield. That's Will Anderson, the defensive rookie of the year, in there to record the sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Tie game, 4th quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to first and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Medical staff will take a look, see if he can continue here in the wild card round. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Harris. He slams it in there, and he is in. Najee Harris, touchdown Pittsburgh. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air, it's Stroud. That one incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He'll try to run for it. They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
At this stage of the game, Mike, these are the plays that can alter the outcome. You find yourself trailing here in the second half. He's doing everything he can to keep this drive alive. A little bit through the air. This time, it's with his legs, and he picks up a huge first down.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. What will they do on this play? 3rd down, needing 8. Now Stroud. They'll try to hit him with a screen. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
A throw left side finds Dell.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Back to throw. Stroud. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Now, final chance to stop it here. Timeout coming with 10 seconds remaining in the game. So here it is, 4th down and 10.
All right.
On play action, Stroud. And he'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers, as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Houston, good night, everyone.